Friday, everybody, or is it Friday? Because Jared and Kim are back in the Big Brother house after that lackluster double eviction. And what's up with the double eviction? I mean, because you just put the same two people you got out right back in the house. So was it really a double eviction, or is it just playing with our emotions? I mean, that's all Big Brother was doing, was playing with us, the viewers.
Playing with my emotions.
Because we did not get rid of the two people that everybody wanted out of the house. They're back in the house, but now they're zombies. Like, they are zombies, everybody, and they were the worst looking zombies ever. However, let's just go back to eviction night. The funny thing with me, and I've said this before, is everybody's just so like intense, like walking around out of breath because of eviction night. But this is what y'all wanted, right? This is what y'all wanted. You have the opportunity. Why are y'all so out of breath? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know what to do. Get out Jared. Matt didn't use the veto because, yeah, Matt won the veto. Corey won HOH. And I'm doing it in reverse. Corey won HOH and Matt won the veto. So, Blue's on the block with Jared. Get him out. Right. So, that's what they did. And the funny thing to me is how no one has noticed how Cirie responds and reacts to things about Jared. Nobody notices. These people are tone deaf. They are so unaware of the world and other people. They're not even self-aware of themselves. They're not even self-aware. So it's like, why don't y'all recognize the way Cirie embraced Blue for that length of time after Jared got voted out was weird. But then, like, when Jared's sitting out there with Julie, he's like arrogantly, yeah, let's go, I'm going back in. Like, it's like, dude, he's so arrogant. And then he came back into the house apparently very arrogant, guns a-blazing. And it's like, dude, we just voted you out unanimously, basically. If it weren't for your mother, it would have been unanimous. But you came back in arrogant. You came back ready. And speaking of ready, he came back in and he and Blue had a conversation. And ladies, this conversation is a lesson for everyone. Young ladies, this conversation was a lesson on how women tend to get played by men. And this isn't a man bashing session. This is just what happens quite frequently. It's happened to me before. I'm not gonna front. It happened to me. And this is for the young ladies. Young ladies, 16 to about 28, because after this you should know this by now.
It was very.
And it was a good run.
Are you breaking up with me?
Are
you breaking up with me?
I ain't breaking up with you. I mean, one, we was never official.
Oh, snap!
To be able to break up.
Yep, heard that.
Heard that? What you mean you heard that?
When I was in my early 20s, I was seeing somebody and he didn't want titles.
What you mean you heard that?
Just go.
What you mean? Just say it, bro. What's the point of holding back at this point, right?
Just said it, man. I said it. I said. I said, big.
That was just, granted, I know why you did it.
You know I do what?
Downplay our relationship.
But I told you that.
Yeah, but yeah.
I literally say, even when I get asked, I tell them, yeah, that's just my friend.
Jared was running straight game on Blue since day one. He's been running straight game. The minute a man says he doesn't want any titles is the minute you should run away, because guess what, ladies? If you think that you're down for that, you are absolutely not down for that, and your feelings will change. But here's the thing. Men go by their word and women go by their actions. So if a man says from jump he is not into titles or he doesn't want anything serious, and in your heart of hearts you do, A man is going to always fall back on, well, I told you this. And that's exactly what Jared did.
I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
From the beginning, I told you that. I told you exactly what I was saying. Yeah, that's my friend, but Blue know what it is. Every time. So what you mean you heard that?
Mind you, Jared is holding Blue to the fire like, well, you weren't telling me stuff. You know, he gaslights her, and I hate the word gaslight.
You can tell me.
No, I'm over it.
But that's what makes me feel like there's no reason to try to move forward. Because you already not telling me stuff. We here because you wasn't telling me things.
But it's just, you know, because it's overly used. But he does that. You know, he basically twists her words to make her look like the bad guy and him the good guy.
Okay. Because my thing is, like, yeah, you said it in the beginning, right? But even moving forward, when everyone sees that we're a thing, there's no reason to keep that up. I've had a few people tell me.
Tell you what?
You downplaying our relationship.
Because if we have no titles, then we have no commitments. I owe you nothing. You owe me nothing.
And, like, yeah, that made sense in the beginning.
Yeah.
But, like, where we are in the past few weeks doesn't really make sense.
No one needs 1 week. So just to be very clear, 1 week never had a title.
No,
Right?
not at all.
We never made that official.
No.
Number one.
I mean, Jared is toxic, and I hate to be a black woman online bashing a black man, but it's like I'm not going to follow you blindly because you're a black man. I'm not going to follow Clarence Thomas.
Oh, the white woman's got a big heart. Lord, she's got a big heart.
So why would I follow Jared with the missing tooth and the big nostrils? And that's another thing. I guess for me, I'm very aesthetically driven.
I won't work my looks no more. Excuse my beauty.
Excuse your beauty. Okay.
So if you're unattractive to me, I'm just like, how dare this dude with a missing tooth and big nostrils try to play this girl online or play me? Like, you're not even attractive enough to be playing these games, son. And speaking of son, Cirie was totally sunning Matt and Jag.
What did I do to make you not trust me? Or you, since we had the conversation about staying together?
Stop breathing down my neck, son.
What did I do? Tell me one thing.
I hear from other people.
No. Let him.
Sit down. Go sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing that you heard.
I've just heard a lot from other people about how...
Nobody's even talked to me. They treated me like a pariah this week. I'm talking about since we had the conversation that we're going to stay together and that we ain't supposed to say anything about the 7 deadly sins. What have you heard about from me or about me?
Like, she pulled them aside to ask them, when did you first distrust me?
Or that I said or did.
So I'm talking about, generally, you asked what has happened
since then
that has caused me to not trust you, and it is that I've heard from other people about how much they trust you and just the deals or whatever that looks like.
Like what deal? Tell me one.
And the funny thing is, Cirie's not really in a position to be confronting people the way she did. And little does she know that Jag thinks she's a bully. So, oh man, after that conversation, I know he was like, she's a bully. I'm going to take her down. And
or you don't have to tell me the people. Just tell me a deal that I'm supposed to have. Because clearly I ain't got no deals. So I wouldn't be in this situation. But what deal did I supposed to have outside of us?
And the funny thing is, I know Twitter, I don't go on Twitter that often, is ablaze probably thinking she needs to be removed from the house the way she talked about Jag, the way she talked to them. That was so disrespectful.
I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but I just know what I heard, so...
But you're not throwing anybody under the bus but me. Because if you took that information and said, well, then Cirie should go home, then I go under the bus for a deal that I don't even know exists.
It was disrespectful, but it was a control. She was using power over them, because the way Matt bowed his head, like, Oh, well, I'm not talking to you.
or may
Or
or
not
may
even,
not even
maybe
be
deals
true,
isn't the word, but
or
I
even
just,
a conversation. Like at least give you the same when I'll come to you and says, have you ever said this to anybody that who you trust the least, even without giving the person's information? I at least come to you and say, like, this is the type of things that I've heard before acting on anything with you.
Stop breathing down my neck, son.
And since we've had that conversation about the 6 or whatever, I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't had conversations with anybody about a deal or I'm not sure what could have given mistrust.
So, the house is crazy right now because there is no HOH this week. There will be no noms, and there will be no eviction. I guess it's just Jared and Cam fighting to get back in the house. And hopefully whoever gets back in the house will be going out the next week. Because that's always what happens with battle backs. The person who you just voted out, they get back in from the battle back and then they get voted back right back out. So is it all just for content? Because it's never productive when these battle backs. When it's rarely productive. I can't remember a time where the person who got back in stayed very long. But Jared thinks he's gonna be back in, but he's still ruffling feathers. Now Cam is being smart. He's sitting back in the cut, just being a nice guy, which is smart. Be smart. This is a time to kind of float. And Cam is kind of floating, but he also needs to compete whatever these competitions are gonna be, these zombie competitions. And I haven't seen them, but I heard these outfits were horrible. Like a lot of this that I'm presenting to you is from reading about the feeds, because when I went back to the feeds, it was just Jag talking. Just Jag on all 4 cameras talking. And who wants to do that? Who wants to sit in here Jag talk? Anyhow, drop into the comments and let me know your thoughts. Who do you want to stay in the house after this battle back, this zombie back, I guess, if you will? Like and subscribe.